Right, so this is the very first class of our course for the June 2024 CSIR UGC NET, right? This is an introduction class. For the initial 2 days, we'll be having introductory classes so that you can get adapted to this particular entire thing. And from Monday, we'll be starting off full-fledged with our syllabus and everything, okay? I'll be giving you a complete gist of what this examination is, what the syllabus is about, what should be your preparation strategy, etc. etc. Right? So, 10 of you are there now. Good evening to all of you. Welcome to the very new, very fresh course for the June 2024 examination. Right? So, we are starting off with our classes today. Right, let's begin with the class now. There are few important rules, there are few important pointers that you have to keep in mind for attending the classes. Very first and the foremost thing is, make sure that you all join in the classes exactly by 6 o'clock. That means we have two class timings, right? Yeah, we have two class timings. One is 8:30 and the second one is 6 p.m. Right? So please make sure that every single day you'll be getting, first thing, the process is you'll be getting a link 2 to 3 minutes at max before the class begins. You just have to tap on the link. That particular link will direct you to the class and you'll be able to join. There is no difficult like process to it. You'll get a link, click on that link and you'll be able to join. If by chance, because of any of the reason you're not getting the link, no worries in that. Just open the application and tap on your course, that is, tap on the June 2024 course. You'll be easily able to join the class. Okay, you'll see the option of join class. There would be a red dot and written down live class. Just tap on that, you'll be able to join in. Okay, either via the link. If by chance you're not getting the link, there are various reasons of not getting a link. It could be that there is some network issue at that particular point. Second, there could be some issue or there could be some problem in your mobile phone, that you must be having some additional cache in your mobile, so at that time also the message gets diverted. Okay, these two reasons could be there, so don't worry about it. If you're not getting the link, just open up your application, tap on June 2024 the course of yours, and you'll see a live class option. Just click on that, you'll be able to join in. As and when, like every single day, 1.5 hour per class will be there. After the class, like the class timing is 8:30 to 10 a.m. Maximum within 15 minutes of the class getting over, the recording would be available on the app itself in the live class section. As in, when you open up your course, there are various sections that you see, right? You all must have observed it. One is a content section and one is the live section. You need not to work or focus upon any other option. These two are the only things which will be helping out in each and everything, and each and every uh, important required content will be there. Okay, so make sure that you are looking into the recording like after 10 a.m. Do not hop for the recording within a minute. Okay, it's a 1.5 hour HD version of the live class, so obviously the size or the duration of the class is very long, so it takes maximum 10 minutes. 10 minutes is at max to take, and the class gets processed, and the exact same class will be available in the recorded format in your live section. Okay, first thing. Second thing, every Sunday the weekly test that we are going to have, that weekly test will be available in the content section. Okay, whatever live class or whatever live content that will be taken up in the on the application, it will be in the live section, and whatever information I upload from my end, it will be in the content section. Okay, because it's your very first class with Botany Insider platform, that's why I'm giving you a complete information for all of these things. Okay, so these are the only things that you have to keep in mind. You have live chat option whenever you face any difficulty. Just remember that every day you'll be getting time for clearing out your doubts just after the topic. Like for example, I'm teaching you a specific topic. When I'm teaching, try not texting and try not like getting your attention diverted. As and when the topic gets completed, you'll get time for asking out your doubts then and there. Okay, so whatever problem you face, you can get your doubts cleared in the live class itself then and there. Okay, so be attentive in the class and please make sure that you're coming in the live class regularly. Try not skipping the live classes. Okay, please make sure that you're coming in the live classes on regular basis, right? So this is a very small information part for how to operate and how to utilize the entire course of yours. The course is starting today, that is 17th of November, and the classes will go on till your June examination. If your June examination, for example, let's say a date, if the examination is on 1st of June, so the classes will be till 30th of May. If 31st of May, if the examination is on 6th, the class will be till 5th. So whatever the examination date is, the like whatever the date of the examination that is going to be announced, you'll be having your classes accordingly. Okay, and also every day class timing will be shared on the group every single day. Like for tomorrow's timing, the timings will be shared a day before. Today at max by 11 p.m. the timing would be on the group itself. There won't be any diversion from 8:30 and 6 p.m. If by chance if it is there, that means you can, if you want, you can join in the live class, or sometimes it might get shifted to some other timing, obviously because of some reasons, because of some emergency situations. Okay, otherwise 99.9% the timings will remain the same, 8:30 a.m. and 6 p.m. Okay, so these are the things. If you want to ask anything related to this segment, you can ask. Otherwise, we'll start with the main introduction of our examination pattern and everything. Yes, is everything clear to everyone? And also, being interactive and being present in the class is very important, because this is not a college class, it is not a college attendance class that you're opening up the class and you're not replying to the messages, replying to what the question is being asked. So if you're actually interested in the live class, then only join in the live class and make sure that you are participating in the class. Okay, otherwise it's better you go for recorded part. Reason being, in the live section, because I am like teaching you all in the live segment, you have to interact so that I can get to know about that whether whether you people are able to understand the things or not. Okay, so is everything clear to everyone till this particular point? Yes or no? You can ask, then we'll proceed. Clear, everyone? Okay, let's begin with our main segment now. 13 of you are there. Please make sure that all of you are participating. Okay, and also, we have just started off with the course. No matter I get 100 plus students or 200 plus students in the batch, I pay attention to each and every student. Okay, in our previous, like the ongoing batch that I have for the December examination, I have 270 plus students over there in our all the three courses all together. So every single student is given personalized attention. So please make sure that if you're not participating in the class, I'll be pointing you out, because I believe that each of the student should be participating and each of the students should be interactive if you're there in the live segment. Okay, let's begin. So let's talk about what is this exam all about, right? Because the examination is in June, and many of you are still in your masters, or some of you must have just completed off with your master. So we have a number of wrong myths about this examination. So let's talk about what is this exam all about, right? Very first thing, the full name of the examination is CSIR UGC net. Okay, now some students get confused that, ma'am, why CSIR and UGC, both the things are there? See, and please make sure that for all of these things I'll be going to very very base level points. Okay, so because you need to get your basics about what this examination is should be very much clear in your mind. That's why I'll be pointing out to the very very minor details also, right? So CSIR and UGC, these are two funding agencies which provide JRF to the students. What is JRF? It is Junior Research Fellowship. When the examination results are announced, the examination result have two different lists. Okay, one list is CSIR JRF. Okay, and the second list is related to your UGC JRF. So what is the difference between these two? There is no, like, not even a single point difference between any of these two things. The only base level difference is the JRF students who have qualified under CSIR, they'll be getting their fellowship via CSIR protocol, and the students who qualify under UGC, they'll be getting the funding, they'll be getting their JRF according to the, or from the UGC. Okay, the amount of the JRF is exactly similar. The difference occurs in your HRA. What is HRA? HRA is the allowance that we get if you are staying out of town, if you are staying any other state from yours. For example, for Delhi, the HRA is 24%. Okay, 24% of what? 24% of your stipend. What is the stipend of CSIR? Yes. What is the stipend that you get for the JRF? Let me see how many of you know about it. Yes. What is the JRF amount? Is it? What is the JRF amount? It just got upgraded few months back, 1 or 2 months back. It is 37,000. No, it's not 35. It's not 31. 31 was the previous amount. 31,000 per month was old stipend. Now the stipend have increased to 37K. Okay, 37,000 plus HRA. HRA is calculated based upon your state. For Delhi, the highest HRA that a student get is from Delhi itself. That is 24% of your total amount, that is your stipend. Okay, so from both CSIR also and from UGC also. Very first thing. Second thing, there's something like you all must have heard about something. It is JRF and one thing is SRF. What is the difference between the two? JRF is Junior Research Fellowship. SRF is Senior Research Fellowship. Difference between the two, you get, like, after the examination, like after you qualify this examination and you have now enrolled in the PhD program, right? Now for the initial 2 years of your PhD, you'll be treated, or you'll be labeled as a JRF. You'll be getting the amount from a JRF, or you'll be getting the amount as a JRF, which is 37K plus your HRA. After 2 years, based upon the protocols that your university have, based upon what your guide decides, they'll be testing you, they'll be having an interview for you to get upgraded or for you to get promoted to SRF. So for the next 3 years of your PhD, you get SRF. That is, your amount gets increased. You get increased amount of your fellowship. What is the amount of, what is the amount that a SRF gets? Yes. What is the amount that an SRF gets? Write down in the chat section. It is not 41, it is 42. It is 42, not 41. You people have not done your homeworks for this thing, right? You people are preparing for this examination and you don't know what the amount of JRF is, and what is the amount of an SRF. None of you have written it right. It is 42K. 42K plus HRA. Okay. So 2 years JRF and for the next 3 years as an SRF. Right. So this is about the JRF and the SRF, and this is about the amount that you get. Next thing, there's one more thing which is your LS, right? You all must have heard about this particular thing, that we have something called as LS also. So what is LS all about? So when the examination results are announced, or the examination, a student can qualify the examination at two levels. Okay. What are the two levels of examination qualification? One is you get LS, one is you get JRF. In JRF, LS is automatically included, right? What is LS? What is JRF? So JRF is Junior Research Fellowship and LS is lecturership. If you qualify for lecturership, you'll be getting, or you'll be eligible for applying in the colleges as a guest lecturer. Okay, you'll not be getting the JRF amount if you enroll in the PhD. On the other hand, if you enroll in the PhD and you get, like, you have qualified under JRF, so under JRF, or after the examination get qualified on the JRF level, you are automatically eligible for, or you have automatically completed your LS as well. Okay, you can apply for the guest lecturer jobs that comes up. In addition, after you enroll in the PhD, you'll be getting the amount of your fellowship as well. Madhukar will be discussing everything. Wait for it, about age criteria and everything, right? So LS, like, on an average, the examination total amount of marks is 200 marks. Like, the examination total marks is 200. For an LS to get qualified, you have to have, on an average, every year the marks gets changed. On an average, 100 to 110 is the cutoff for your LS, and for your JRF, 105 to 120. Why do we take such a broad range? Why do we take such a broad marks range? Reason being, every year, like after 2020, in November 2020, it was the first time that the examination was getting conducted in, started getting conducted in shifts. Before that, there were no two shifts for the examination, right? Before November 2020, before this COVID examination, till 2019, there were two exams. One was for June and one was for December. There were no sets. There was no set kind of thing that the students will be getting different timings and everything. No two different papers. Just the jumbling of the paper mark questions were there, and you get to solve the examination from November 2020, because the number of the students who got or who applied for the examination, and also at that time, because of the COVID protocols, the shifts were increased to two, that is morning shift and evening shift, right? Because of morning shift and evening shift, there was something called as normalization and percentile that started to, that was uh, given by the CSIR. Before this, there was only one scorecard. After that, we had or there was a percentile pattern also. So from November 2020, because of the shift pattern, because of the two shifts that started to got conducted by the CSIR, morning and the evening, and based upon the level of the examination in the morning and the evening shift, some questions, level of examination in terms of the, sometimes obviously the paper is set by teachers, and they also can make some mistakes in the examination somewhere or the other. So because of any mistake in the question or any other factor, sometimes one or two questions get cancelled in any of the shift, and because of that thing, the other and so that the other shift people, other, like for example in the morning shift one or two questions got cancelled, so now the evening shift students should not face any backlog because of that. So they started to calculate everything based upon your percentile pattern. Okay, so that's why we take up a range that 110, 100 to 110 is the at max marks required for your LS, and for JRF not 105, take it more than 110 only. Okay, 110 to 125, let's take it at a much broader level. So 110 to 125 for your JRF, right? I'm talking about the marks and not the percentile. Okay, don't get confused between the two things, right? So JRF and LS. LS for lecturership, for teaching, for like, and the JRF is for your fellowship if you get enrolled in the research projects, or if you're enrolling for the PhD further. So this is for your LS and JRF. I hope I have made the point clear for your, for you to learn, and for you to get like all these doubts cleared, and you will not be getting confused about these things in the further time, right? Is everything clear to everyone till here? Yes or no? Yes. Any doubt, any problem? Out of 13, only 3 of you have understood, right? Right now, talking about the age limit, so the revised age limit, as according to the information that we have, the age limit for CSIR JRF is 28, like, that is till the age of 28 years you can apply for JRF, and for LS there is no age limit. That means if you want to apply for LS, there's no age limit, but if you want to apply for a JRF, the age limit is 28 years. Now there is relaxation of 5 years for your various different categories, SC, ST, OBCs, and your PWD women, and all of these, right? So 28 is the age limit. In addition to that, the reserved categories, there is a relaxation of 5 to 3 years depending upon your category, depending on your category itself, right? So for a JRF, age limit is, you can apply till 28 years of age, and then for LS there is no age limit. Okay, so now these are the things. Let's talk about the next important thing, and that is your exam pattern, because you need to have a very good information related to, and a very good clear understanding related to the exam pattern as well. So many students have this wrong conception that there are two papers in it, paper 1 and paper 2. No, there are no two papers. Paper 1 and paper 2 is there in your UGC net for the humanities and for the commerce students. For the life science, for the science students specifically, the paper pattern is there is only one paper. First thing, in one paper there are three there are three parts of the paper. There are three sections in the paper: part A, part B, and part C. Right? Part A, part B, part C. Part A is your general aptitude. Part B is your theoretical segment. And part C is your more of like theoretical and factual, I would say. And part C is more from the experimental, analytical, statement wise, all these types question. Okay, part A is general aptitude, where we have questions from basic mathematics, very base level mathematics. Then you have theory part B and part C. The questions asked from here, asked in this particular, these two segments are from the units that we have, the 13 units that we have in the entire syllabus. And this is more of your general aptitude kind of thing, where we have very base level mathematics, where we have very base level general science questions getting asked. Okay, majority of the students, like this is actually based on facts, majority of the students skip this segment. But you don't have to skip it, you have to like attempt this segment as well. Why do they skip it and what is the reason behind it, we'll discuss further. Wait for that. Now talking about the marks distribution and everything. Yeah, talking about the marks distribution, in part A there are 20 questions in total, and you have a choice of doing 15 questions out of it. Okay, you can leave 5 questions, right? In part B there are 50 questions in total, and you have a choice of leaving 15 questions. That is, you can attempt, or at max limit of question to attempt is 35. In part C there are 75 questions, and you have to attempt only 25 questions out of it. Okay, part A 20 in total, you have to attempt only 15. Part B 50 in total, you have to attempt 35 only. Part C 75 questions, you have to attempt 25 only. Okay, next thing, marks. In part A and part B, every question is of 2 mark, and there's a negative of zero point 0.5. Both the papers negative of zero point 0.5. In part C there is a per question mark is 4. For every wrong answer you get -1. That is 25% is the negative for the same. That is 2 marks correct, 0.5 negative. 2 marks correct, 0.5 negative. 4 marks for a correct answer, -1 for a wrong answer in part C. That means 15 questions you can attempt. Every question is of 2 marks. So in part A you can score at max 30 marks. In part B 35 questions is the max. Every question is of 2 mark. You get 70 marks, or you can score 70 marks at max from part B. Part C 25 questions. Every question is of 4 marks, so you can get 100 marks. You can attempt, or you can score 100 marks from this particular attempt. That's why part C is known as, or part C is considered the paper qualifying section, and part A is known as your rank booster. Like there is no set norm to it, it's just I consider these two segments separately, because if your part C is strong, you can very easily score 85 to 95 marks out of here. You have at max utilize, like you can, if you're getting 120 plus, you can easily qualify the examination. But for that, you need to work on your C segment, you need to work on the practical segment a lot. That's why part C is very very important. 100 marks for part C. And why part A is rank booster? Reason being, majority of the students skip it. So if you are having an extra edge in the part A, out of 15, if you are able to go ahead and solve 8 to 9 questions also, like just 8 to 9 also, you'll be able to increase your rank very nicely. Reason being, in competitive exams, a difference of point 0.5 can increase your rank by 10. Just imagine you're doing 8 questions, so 8 into 2, 16 marks you're getting for free. I'll be showing you general aptitude questions also and everything. You'll get to see some questions are so easy that you just have to, like, keep on working on these questions on regular basis in your preparation time without any extra effort. Just 20 to 30 minutes daily for part A, or on alternative days as well, you can easily get to increase your score. Part B is theoretical and factual. So if even if you are lagging, or even if you are having some kind of backlag in theory segment also, part A can cover up, part A can help you out in compensating for the same, right? So that's why you have to because see, if you focus upon part C, you're getting very good score. And while you are preparing for your, or while you are like working on very very high level questions, you automatically obviously work on theory as well. So 25 questions can easily be targeted from here, and then 8 to 9 questions from here. That's why it's said to work on questions, it's said to practice the questions very effectively from the very initial timing, from the very start of your preparation, to understand. Because learning the theory is one part, like learning about what cell cycle is one segment. Applying the knowledge of what cell signaling or what cell cycle is in the questions is completely different. Reason being, in the like when we'll be like solving out the questions, you'll yourself see that applying the knowledge of the questions, applying the knowledge of the concept in the question is a complete different thing, and learning about it in the theory is different. So practicing out the questions along with the theory segment is very very important. You should not like think about that I'll be doing the question only when I'm pro in all the 13 units. No, you'll fall in a very very dark pit at the end of your preparation. You should work upon the questions from the very beginning. That's why it's like, I don't know if you are like preparing for the very first time. If you will take this advice, it will help you. And those of you who are like attempting the examination second or the third time, I would suggest you to like pinpoint your mistakes in the previous one and not try to repeat them via the classes that you have taken up. Okay, so this is about the exam pattern. Take a minute, get all these things clear in your head. If it is clear, then we'll be proceeding further. Otherwise, if you have any doubt in any of the parts, you can ask. Then I'll be proceeding further to other segments. Here, right? Let's proceed further now. Now, let's talk about the next segment that is related to your syllabus. So, talking about the syllabus, there are 13 units in total, starting from biochemistry till your methods in biology. Okay, so one thing, if you take up my suggestion, I would suggest you try not skipping any unit completely. Okay, try not like skipping it off completely. Try to at least pinpoint or do at least 4 to 5 topics from every unit. Not exactly 4 to 5, at least 4 to 5 question topics from it. Why am I like suggesting you this thing? Because see, part C, 75 questions are there, and you have a target of, or you have to solve out only 25 from that. That means what? That means if you, like, there's a very very weird norm, I call it very weird norm. Reason being, you have something, a discussion going on between the students, how many units are enough, right? You all must have, like, either yourself asked this particular thing, or someone or the other, you must have like seen someone or the other asking you about that, how many units are enough for qualifying the examination. See, there is nothing called enough, there is nothing called uh, that this much is okay for you to qualify the examination. Reason being, it's a national level examination. Keep this point very much clear, very much straight in your head, that it's a national level examination and you're competing with 1 lakh students. You just cannot go in the examination, read abcd, which is this syllabus, read four points of each and think that okay, I'll be getting AIR 1. No, it's not that way. There is no enough thing for a national level exam. What you can do at max is, see, I tell you one thing. Students say that, ma'am, I have done only 6 units. Is this enough for the paper? I have done only 8 units. Is this enough for the paper? Just think about it. You're doing you have 75 questions in part C. If you're doing 6 units only, that means, and on an average from every unit you get 4 to 5 questions in part C. Okay, let's say you have done only 6 units, so 6 into 4, or let's say 6 into 5 only, that 6 units you have done, and from every unit you got 5 questions from that. That means out of 75 you have yourself eliminated so many questions, because you don't have, or you have not learned about any of the thing. You've just completely narrowed down your choice of questions. Now think about the second segment, that is, you have done only 8 units. 8 units, per unit 4 questions, or let's say per unit 5 questions you have got. You have very good luck, you got 5 questions, 40 questions. So out of 75, CSIR gave you 75 chocolates to pick from. You yourself said that I am going to take only, like, I'll be limiting my choice to only 40, and then I'll be working on these 25 questions. Just think about and write down in the chat section, which choice is easier, choosing 25 questions from 75 or choosing 25 questions from 40? Which one is having better chances for you to get more, like, what do I say, better diversity of choice will be there in which particular segment? First one or the second one? Out of 75 or out of 40? Think about it, everyone. 25 questions from 75, right? So why do you have to limit yourself by trying to do PhD in only 8 units? CSIR is not asking you to do PhD in biochemistry, or they're not asking you to do bio, like, PhD in cell biology. They want you to have a very good knowledge, very good conceptual understanding of the topic, because if you look closely, every single unit is a subject in itself, right? For cell biology you have entire carp for you to study, right? So, and if you think about that, okay, let me start from carp page number 1, and I'll be doing all the 1100 pages, and then I'll be like done with my cell biology. Take it from me, even if you work for 3 years with the help of standard books and keep on reading those books, you're not going anywhere. You're just not going anywhere, and you'll be wasting your time like anything. Have a hint of the topics, learn the concepts from the topic. People do PhD in cell cycle, and that to a specific protein. And I have seen, like, because I have an experience of teaching from last 2.5 years now, I have seen students wasting 3 to 4 months doing just cell cycle topic. From the CSIR point of view, you're not going anywhere. There is no point wasting time of such a long span. I've seen students qualifying the examination in 5 years, 6 years, in 5 months and 6 months also. And on the other hand, I have seen students who are working on a topic for 3 months, and then they think that, ma'am, I have studied but I'm not able to qualify. How will you qualify? Just think about the investment and the return. Your investment is 3 months, your return is 4 marks. Are you even working, or are you even utilizing your energy in the right direction? I think you're not. You have to be very much smart enough in understanding everything, that I have to work hard, but I have to work hard in a smart manner. That means, if I ask you that you have a 2000 page book, or let's say 100 pages book, and you have only one day to give me the gist of the entire thing. Okay, you have only one day to give me the gist of entire thing. One student, like, sat in the morning 6 a.m. till 10 p.m. in the evening. That person was reading all the 100 pages and just trying to grab every single thing in this. And on the other hand, second student went to the college, did everything for 3 hours. That person sat down, took those 100 pages, saw the content section, paraphrased the entire 100 pages, and then had a very good summary out of it. Because my homework to the student was to give me the gist of those 100 pages, to give me the summary of those 100 pages. I didn't ask you to read those 100 pages, I just wanted you to get the summary out of it. So now you can make the difference. My homework was giving the summary. My homework was for you to learn or get tell me the summary in the evening. And when the question was asked, like when I asked the summary the next day, the first student was just rumbling and just trying to, like, tell me every detail. Okay, the book color was this, these were the pages, this is what all I learned on the first page and the second page. On the other hand, the second student, who worked for 3 hours, smartly paraphrased it, every single thing, gave me the summary in 3 to 4 lines, that, ma'am, in this particular, in these 100 pages, this was the information, some of the subtopics were there, it was a complete explanatory thing, etc, etc. So I will myself give full marks to the other student, because that student had a very good conceptual clarity and got to learn, or got to deliver what was asked. Okay, so this is what CSIR is asking you. CSIR is not asking you to get a PhD in every single topic. Plant physiology is a master's subject. Okay, people study plant physiology for 2 years, and then also many topics, like, they are left down from that particular topic. So you should be smart enough that, how do I limit down my preparation to 6 months? How do I limit down my preparation smartly to the time limit that I have? If you have 8 to 10 years, and if you want to do PhD in every topic and then sit for the examination, go ahead. If you have 8 to 10 years, please go ahead. For every year, take biochemistry 1 year, cell biology 1 year, fundamental maybe 1.5 year. Because if you're going to read Watson from point to point, you're not going anywhere. So limiting down the things, smartly approaching the topic, understanding what the topic is about, understanding how do I have to approach the topic, that is important, right? If you look into methods in biology, every technique in itself is a complete subject to study. PCR is a, like, people take workshops of performing PCR for a month or something, right? But CSIR is not asking you to do all these things. It is asking you that you should have a conceptual clarity. You